what's the difference between cutting by layer or having layers in or page. When I had to bring in the multiple files, if I bring them in as an import, then I can import them all to the same page, and each layer comes in by itself. So I can show you another file with that if you like. Let's say that I wanted to get something from SVGCuts. They have big projects, and I've shown this before on some of my YouTube videos, but let's say that I wanted to do their Boho butterflies. That's the newest one, and I wanted to do the lamp. So I want all of these pieces. It's a huge project. Now each of these could be imported one at a time on their own page, but if I hold the Shift key and select all of them and click on Open, all of them are going to come in on one single page, but they're each a different color. And you'll notice that each SVG file has its own layer on the right side, and they're all grouped by color. Now it's possible you might get in a file that has a lot of different colors, but they're not layered by colors. You can layer them by color. For example, all of these vellum pieces, if I hold the Shift key and click on the thumbnails, notice over here as I click that and they're selected here, all of these are gray. So if I wanted them to all go on one layer, let's say I was using a 24-inch mat, I could click the smaller of the two plus icons and send them all to their own layer here. All of these brown ones, I could do the same. I'm holding Shift and clicking on the thumbnail, and you notice all the browns are saved. I'll send them all to their own layer. Now all the browns are on the layer. I'll click the trash can to get rid of the empty layers, and then I can click holding Shift on the two black and send them to their own layer. So now I can cut by color. I can put the green on. I don't need a very big page for that. Hide the green when I'm done cutting that, and then I can cut the black on my, if I have a 24-inch long mat, I can cut those. And if I am ready to cut the gray, then I will move those up here to where the mat will be and cut those. If they won't fit on one mat, you can still break them down. I like the way they have grouped their designs by 12-inch pages, because that's how I would generally cut. So the other option is for you to right-click and click each layer to its own page. Now right now we have a default page here, but if I select each layer to its own page, see what happens here? Each one got its own page now, and I can select, make sure I select all those score lines. I can move all the pieces to the mat so that they each have their own page. Now this works with the files from SVGCuts, especially when you have huge projects and you don't want to group them all on the same page. So then you can put them where you want them to be on the page, and they can be ready. I think these need to be on a different page. I will cut them and Control-Shift-V, paste them on another page. So each layer would go to its own page. This is a personal preference. If you'd rather have them like this, or I'll do Control-Z to undo. I can get them all back in on one single page so I can see them all, and you can just control your cuts by layer. Each one is on its own layer as it was imported from SVGCuts, and I can cut one layer at a time. So I don't really need to have, but I would hide all, and I would just open the layer I want to cut, move it up on the page, and do that. Now if I couldn't fit these, I might want to send each one of these to their own layers. Maybe I could get these. So then I can arrange these exactly how I need them to be for cutting to whichever cutter I'm choosing to use. So that's cutting by layers, cutting by page, and cutting by color. So you can choose and make the cut, all the lines are black. Now if you were cutting to software that use line colors, then it's a little different technique. For example, I'll show all here. Let's say I wanted to do this project on my puzzles view. I would select everything all at once. It makes it a whole lot easier to move that file. And I'm just going to open a new page. And from Make the Cut, I'm going to export this as an SVG. Selection to SVG, and we'll just call this Dragonfly lamp. And then I can get to this new project here, and I can go to Open, File, and see, where did I put it? Right. Should have put it on my desktop. It'd be easier to find. Put it under SVGCuts. And open it. Now it has all those pieces, but they're all grouped together. Oh, they're all grouped by the original selections. That's really good. What I want to do is select them all, because right now they all have the black line colors, and I want them to have the same color as their fill color. So I right click, select color, change pen color to fill color, and now these should all get their line color, but right now they don't because they're grouped. So you have to ungroup to get them to take on the color. Now you see over here that they have fill color and line color, so it's the same thing. You have to click on the X to ungroup. These have line color now. These have line color. These don't, so ungroup. I really don't want to change those to white, so I think I'll leave them as they are. It's dark gray maybe. And same with these gray ones. I can right click, color, change pen to fill color. So they all have fill color now. Same with these. And then the green. If I drag the fill color over to the line color on the right, they get their color. So now I'm ready to cut by color. This changing the line color will be done in the software that you're using. So now I can choose just the line colors that I want to cut in this software. We don't have to worry about line color in Make the Cut, which is really nice. But if you're using other software packages, it's nice to know how to use that feature to cut by line color. So you would deal with that in the software that you're opening. So let's see, what other questions? Any other questions that Amy had?
Well, before we go to that, Amy, if you have any questions, if we didn't answer, or if Julie didn't answer any of the questions you had asked on the page, let us know. Barb wants to know where are the SVG cuts from? What web page?
Oh, okay. SVGCuts is right now they have this new free gift. You just type in svgcuts.com, and on their home page they have a free gift for those who want to purchase $10 worth of stuff that they have. And then they have these most gorgeous 3D projects. This lamp is what I was showing you, the pieces for that. And then she has a video on how to assemble it, each of the projects, and little close-ups of each of the projects that are in the kit. So this is the current free kit that you can get with a $10 purchase. So there's that lamp that I was doing. It's gorgeous. They have many, many kits worth buying. I have purchased most of them just because I love them, and they're very well made, very well designed. So that's SVGCuts.